What's up, neighbors? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're here for the first time. I am Antoinette, the girl next door. So last week I got a good response from my going into August motivational video, and I figure, you know what, why not just keep this going until I feel like I don't want to do it no more. So today I want to talk about connection. I'm just talking about like connection with human connection. I have been doing a lot of reflecting lately on connections. There are times in my life where I feel really weighed down, and I'm sure and I'm not the only one. Like it's like a weight on my shoulder, and a lot of times I have to do reflection in terms of seeing like what's weighing me down, what is it, who is it, what's caused this, and how can I get rid of it? Because if something's weighing you down, are you really operating as your best self? No, you're not. You're not being your best self at all. So connections, when I think about connections with people, I realize people that you let in your life, whatever they're connected to becomes connected to you too. And when I say people that you connect with in life, whether it's permanently or temporary, you have to start assessing the people you bring and connect to your life, especially if they're in your inner life, because whatever they are connected to and what's connected to what theirs connected to has a way to be connected to you. If I'm connected to people who have a poor mindset or who have a gloom and doom mindset, and the people they're connected to or the things they're connected to or the situations they're connected to enhance that mindset for them, at some point that connection that rubs off on you. Sometimes, you know, when you feel like the connection is no longer beneficial, or if it's toxic, if it feels heavy, if it just feels like the time is up, the season is up, you know, you have to learn how to take the scissors and cut ties. Now, a lot of times when disconnecting things and disconnecting people from your life, it could be a painful process, but you have to take a step back and look and say, you know what, I'm doing this for the better for myself. I'm doing this for the betterment of my life. Because again, what's connected to you, you're connected to other people. So let's say you meet someone who's the energy is good, they bring positivity into their life, and then you're just bringing all this baggage of bad connections with you. Do you think really, is it fair for them to have to accept that? No, a real person who's really about their shit and their energy and who pays attention to other people's spirits and energy, they will drop you. I'm the same way. Like, I can pick up on connections. And how do we connect with people? We connect with people through talking, obviously. We connect with people or things by what we entertain ourselves with. So for me, once I start feeling weighed down, it's like a nagging pain, a nagging dark cloud over my head, and I'm just trying to figure out what's weighing me down. And maybe you're trying to figure out what's weighing you down. I would challenge you to reevaluate what you're connected to. Is it a job? Is the job work environment very toxic? Are the people you're working with like petty? Are you engaging in petty conversation, gossip type of conversation where you're no longer valuing your work? When you connect to toxic, dead, it impacts you. You become despondent. You can start feeling depressed. You can start feeling just, you're not operating like the person you should be operating like. Connections are just so real. How do you disconnect and then try to reconnect with something positive? Well, I have some of the answers for you. One way that you can start disconnecting to reconnect different things, people, situations in your life is once you do that purge, once you do that assessing and reevaluating as to what you're connected to, and you know what you want to continue to go on with you, and you know what has to go. In order to make new connections, allow yourself time to heal. You have to surround yourself with different people, different places, different things. I know it's easier said than done. Emily would tell me, oh, just go out, just go out. You'll meet new people or you'll find new things. It's easier said than done. That's the truth. But I would challenge you to go towards what feels right, and not what feels right that's just like in the moment or that's satisfying your flesh or your fleshly desires, but what feels right in terms of your soul, your spirit, your energy, your mind, your emotions. Find people, find someone, or find something that you really feel like, okay, this connection could help me connect with a different part of myself. Like, connect to people, places, and things that bring you comfort naturally. They bring you joy and comfort. And when I say comfort, I'm not saying like they will allow you to stay stagnant. But I'm saying like comfortable. You ever been around someone or been in a place where you just feel comfort? Like I'm really big on energy, and in my house, like I'm very picky about who I let in and out of my fucking house. I've always been this way. Ever since I got my first place when I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina. Like I'm very, very big on energy, and I like to associate myself with people, places, and things that brings me comfort. When I think about comfort, like people love to come to my house. Like they always have. I mean, hence Dwayne, like he traveled here and he packed up and he moved here because he just had that comfort. And there are times in my life where life is just very chaotic. So my home is just one place that I always felt that I could bring comfort. So I would say like find things and people that bring comfort. Like you can't expect to connect to something healthy and comfortable, peaceful, beautiful, and you're still trying to hold on to toxic, ugly, old, outdated connections. Okay, you just can't. Like that's just the truth. Like you can't. Another way to find new connection is by being open-minded. It's by just trying different outlets and avenues of what healthy looks like and what positivity looks like. For an example, one way I think is to start with disconnecting from just toxic people and situations is I would say social media. Delete all people that don't like you and don't wish you well, because that negative energy, you're still connected to that. Delete that shit. I sometimes I stroll down social media, I'm like, this is so depressing. Like this, like it really impacts me. If I want good connections and continue to have good connections come in my life, I have to be willing to just cut some shit off. So I would say social media is a good place to start. In your personal life, again, I know that's easier said than done, because sometimes some of the worst connections and bad connections or most toxic connections we have are to family and the closest friends or peers that we feel like have been around for a long time. For me, that's the easiest way to start, because when you're connected to something, they have access to you. Even without talking to you, they just still have access to you. So me knowing that dysfunctional people or situations still have access to me, I have to disconnect. So if you know that there are some people in your life that in some way, somehow you have to still have dealings with these people, learn what boundaries would look like and find a way to have connections, but while also disconnecting, if that makes sense to you. Because I know some people who may be watching this video may have children, and you're no longer with the mother or father of your child or children. And so a mature parent would know, like, well, I have to co-parent. So how could I disconnect from that negative energy every time we talking or texting, where we're cursing each other out, we're disagreeing? Okay, set some rules up and set boundaries and disconnect in other ways. If every time you see your child's mom or dad, post something and you become furious or jealous or you get upset, delete them. Disconnect from what's not allowing new connections for you. Stop connecting to toxic environments, or just stop telling yourself that you have to connect to certain environments or people because they've been here. Now the devil is a liar. I'm gonna be the first to tell you, the devil is a liar. No, you don't. You were brought up in that family, or these friends been around, or this job is paying you well. That is, you're pretty much risking your sanity and your emotional and mental and spiritual well-being because you feel obligated to stay connected to something that's no longer serving you. I'm here to tell you today, you don't have to continue to connect to that shit. New connections, like, you'll feel peaceful when you have healthy connections in your life to people, places, and things. You'll feel that peace. Now, I'm not saying you're about to be like just perfect and all your connections have to be perfect. I'm not saying that, but it has to bring you to a place of peace, and it has to feel good inside. Even through like there are connections that I have that we go through difficult times, but it's not difficult to the point that I'm really losing control over myself, and it's like I start feeling despondent and hateful and angry. No, if anything in your life is making you feel like that or making you act out like that, I would say disconnect that shit. Just disconnect it and learn to find some healthier connections in your life, and I promise you'll have a better life. I just challenge you guys to like take this week to reevaluate what's in your life, what you're connected to, what's connected to what you're connected to, and what's connected to that, and start disconnecting some shit so you can have a happy, healthier, beautiful, vibrant, lovely fucking life. And I'll see you guys soon. Oh, hit that subscribe button.